Hi everyone, Coach Sullivan here again with MJS Coaching Football. This is my 38th year coaching football. I've either been a defensive, offensive, or special teams coordinator, as well as a head coach at both the collegiate and high school levels. So in this presentation, I want to talk to you about our grade 3 match quarters variation versus the pass route concept we call Dakota, which is double slants from both numbers 1 and 2. Okay? And so quickly, just to make sure we understand, corners are not lined up inside. They stem there, move inside on the snap. So they start off the usual 1x7 Oscar outside. They stem to Ike inside. And then there's no zit steps or pedals. Okay, they play the man. Again, grade 3 on both sides. The inside, outside linebackers and safeties are going surface to 2. Inside, outside linebackers, safeties, surface to 2. Guard tackle to number 2. Guard tackle to number 2. Corners, it's about the man. No reading surface. Again, to reiterate, I've said it before in previous presentations. See the match quarters, grade 3, right? Variation. With the corners, it's about the man. So the way we play Dakota slightly differently, okay, I'll start with the corners. In grade 4, they what we call deliver the slant, which means they have zone leverage and they're riding the upfield shoulder inward because number 2 is running away from them. So when both 2 and 1 are running away, they deliver the route of 1. And that could potentially, on a sluggo, they're delivering that to the safety. Okay? In grade 3, immediately the corner, when he sees it's the slant route, because he's just sitting there, he's got hard feet, he's sitting, he's not flat-footed, he immediately cuts underneath it. And then he turns. We try and get him to turn toward the quarterback while playing the man because he has a safety over the top rather than baseball turn away from the quarterback because he may miss it. But if the kid baseball turns in toward the receiver and he can make the play, we're fine with it. Okay. So the better the athlete, the better the man defender, then we'll have him baseball turn into the man. If they're more better at playing it zone wise when they cut, we'll try and have them turn toward the quarterback, if that makes sense. And then that's really the only difference between grade 3 and grade 4. It's how the corner plays the slant of number 1. Because here, if the outside linebacker, I'll get to the rover in a second. If the outside linebacker can somehow get hands and disrupt the slant, giving the inside backer time to cut and go undercut number 2, great. But then if the running back's to him, he's going to match the running backs out. Okay. In this case, he's flaring, but if it were a shoot route or something toward the line of scrimmage, it would be the same. Okay, so now over here, again, it's always different. The rover shooting hands, knocking back. Eventually, the tight ends are taught how to escape in a release. When he starts his across, which is a much tighter slant, it's easier for, in this case, the Mike to cut that route. It's more like a crossing route, all right, or a mesh. But nonetheless, we call it Dakota because it goes with the slant of 1. And again, same thing taught on both sides. So for ease, I'm going to go back to the 2 wide receiver side. When 2 goes in, we tell the safety by rule, backdoor, which means zit, and in this case, sit until you confirm what number 1's doing. And since it's a slant, he's going to definitely sit and be alert for double moves. 1 first, 2 second. Meanwhile, keeping head on that proverbial swivel to pick up where the quarterback's indicator is, that front elbow. Okay, and that elbow should be down because you're going to try to zing in the slant. And when that front hand comes off, now our safeties can plant and drive wherever that indicator is pointing. Is it number 2 or number 1? Okay. And so again, just to reiterate, the corners are man. When the 2 comes to the inside linebackers, they're also man. So if for some reason it becomes a longer because he has time, they've got to stay cut underneath the wide receiver, okay, as the defender. So that's for both the inside linebackers as well as the corners. So here in this particular case, since the running back's going away after he gets hands, when he's jamming, he's going to get underneath the slant. So on this side, we should have two defenders underneath with the safety on top. So it's more likely anyway that it would come over here. But if this is their dude, they might be purposely thinking they have him isolated on an island when the reality is, by design, built-in rules, nothing fancy, nothing new, nothing special. We end up with three over that one. Okay. And then part of the being alert here on the tight end side is this tight end may shoot right up the middle, trying to split the safeties. He's got to be alert for that also. So what we say is work your way in over the top, reading indicator, but don't commit in case we have two what we call sluggos, slant and goes, and then you can react to the indicator of the quarterback. Okay? As always, please, any questions, please email me at coachmjsullivan@gmail.com, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.